Hello and hi there. It has been far too long. I've been out of the game for far too long. The amount of times that I've recorded this intro is actually quite embarrassing. Anyway, I'm very excited today and I'm going to tell you why. Glaminatrix sent me a PR package and today we're going to go through what was in that package. This is by no means a brag. I am extremely grateful that Glaminatrix sent this over. PR gifted with no obligation to post, so I am going to post because the products are absolutely sensational and I'm so excited to talk about them. So I think we should just dive right in. If you're new around here, my name's Ashley. This is Smoked Eyes and Loud Lip, and if you're not new around here, hey, how's it going? Thank you for coming back. Okay, let's get into it, shall we? This is the first product that I was gifted, which is the Glaminatrix brush set. Eyebrush set to be specific. So it comes in this lovely cute little package, which I thought was pretty good because if you're ever going anywhere and you want to pack your eyeshadow brushes, this is a good way of keeping them all compressed and safe. Just chucking it in there and then this can all get squished if it needs to and you're all good. Absolutely fantastic. There is no brushes in here, the brushes are in front of it. So we'll go through those next. Now you have to note the detailing on, I don't know what this is called. It begins with a fe. This bit here, look. So this is what they look like. So this bit here begins with a fe. Hang on, I'm going to get it for you. What does it begin? What is it called? It's called the ferrule. So this is this here. So I don't know if you'll be able to see, but they've got the little G, the little Glaminatrix G. And then you've got these little divots here for your fingers. And then they've got this little pointy little ends. They are beautiful. I've actually already used these. This is my favourite one. This is the E01 Perfect Blending Brush. Can fit right in there. Absolutely fantastic. I have already used this palette, so if you do follow me on Instagram, which you absolutely should do, you would have seen that I've already played with the Timeless Tones. This is their newest palette. I have swatched this also and used it. So it's not as shiny and brand new, but it's still very astounding. Is it not? Absolutely fantastic. This is what we're going to be playing with today. I also got a second palette in the Nearly Neutrals. This has actually got Nearly Natural. Nearly Neutral. Where am I getting that from? This has still got the packaging on. Let me take this off. Because this gives me joy. Woo! Be gone. So this is what it looks like on the outside. This is like a lovely textured and very tactile. I'm a very tactile person. Lovely textured cover. Kind of feels a bit like velvet. And then inside this is the colour story. Absolutely beautiful. Gorgeous. We're not going to use this one today. This one's for the next part of this video, so we'll use the Timeless Tones. Now these I haven't opened yet. I got 6 blushes and in 2 different formulas, so we're going to open these together. I'm very, very excited. Honestly, when I tell you how much, what's the word I'm looking for? Self-restraint it took not to open these beforehand. So this one is in the shade Tender, so let's have a look. These are the cheek and lip flush. I already actually have 4 of these from the original line. I think they released 5 and then they released another 5. I have 4 of the original one that I bought with my own money. I've took this out of the package and I haven't looked at the colour yet. But they are beautiful. You just dot them on, very pigmented, just move them around. I never wore them on my lips, but today might be the day, providing I can find a colour to go. So this is the first one. What was this one? Tender. Ooh! It's very pink. I'm going to swatch these so we can see together. Wow. So that is Tender. Damn. She bright. She bright. This one is Warm. If I can get into it. Oh, yeah, this is my colour. This is my kind of colour. I think these ones are a little bit brighter than what the original ones were. So that's Warm, a nice orange shade. And then this last one is Soft. Come on, buddy. And this is again another pink. Let's have a look. That's much more of a, so you've got like a bubblegum pink. Oh no, would you say bubblegum pink and then a baby pink? I don't know, they're quite bubblegummy, both of them. One of them's like Barbie pink though. So they're cool. I actually don't have anything like that in my collection, and I am keen to see how they're going to go on my skin tone. So we'll have to see if we can use one of those or incorporate one of those today on the lips, because I want to use one of these on the cheeks. So this one is very nice. Just judging by the name, it sounds like something I'm already going to love. Let me in and have a look. Oh yes. So they're very similar to the Patrick Tar kind of thing. There's the cream and powder duos. I have actually got Patrick Tar's blushes like this. So should we do a little bit of comparison? Yes, we should. So I haven't actually got one that's identical. That's probably the closest I've got. There is one I think that you can get from Patrick Tar that is darker than this one, but I'm very excited to give that a crack. This next one is Think Pink. So this is what this one looks like. Very nice. Very pinky. I think I have got one that is similar from Patrick Tar. Yeah, well, they're similar, just not the same. There is one I think you can get from Patrick Tar that is more that colour. And the last one, which is the one I'm most looking forward to, is called Muted Mocha. Oh yes, this is definitely an Ashley kind of colour. So this one is probably closest to, God, I have so many of these, it's actually quite ridiculous. Yeah, this one is She's So LA. So they're pretty close, So there we have it. I am going to put some blush on to begin with, just to get this party started. I am going to use, the very nice one today, because I am going to be doing a blue and black eye look. Now, because of that, I don't think I can incorporate these today. I need a dark look. I need a dark lip. So they're going to be saved for another day. But what I am going to do is I am going to put this on firstly, because I'm looking a bit ghostly, am I not? So I'm going to do it the way that you use the Patrick Tar. I'm actually going to put the blush on first, the powder, because it's both blush, and then I am going to put the cream on over the top. Quite pigmented, so I am going to tap off, and then we're going to start at the back of the cheek. Ooh, see, as you can see, it's already quite pigmented. Let's have a look. Oh yes, I like that. I like that a lot. I always put a bit on my nose. Whatever's left on, a bit on the forehead, a bit on the chin. Okay, I am going to use a different brush, a little bit more denser for the cream side of it. I'm going to dab it on the back of my hand. Yep. As you can see, we are dealing with pigment here, people. Pigment. Wow. Yeah, we're going to have to do some blending there, aren't we? Oh my goodness. Wow. So yeah, they definitely work. They definitely work. Yeah, I'm just going to take my beauty blender and just kind of tone that down, just a smidge. We can always re-intensify later on. Tell you what I haven't done, I haven't primed my eyes, nor clipped my hair back, so I'm going to do that now. Because if you've been here before, you'll know that I touch my hair 12,000 times throughout the video. And it annoys us every single time that I see myself doing it. Okay, I'm going to prime my eyes quickly, and we'll get this show on the road. The only blue earrings I had were these octopi. I mean, they're beautiful, but they're not really going to go with the the eye look. Or maybe it will. Maybe they will. Okay, we need to make a decision. I know what I kind of want to do, but I'm just going to talk you through it. I'm going to use Chic to draw out a little shape at the end. I'm then going to use Suave just to bring it a little bit further in, and then end with Elegant. I really want to use this shimmer here. So you've got Chic, Suave, Elegant, Exquisite, and then this one, probably in a corner, is Expensive. I think that's how we want to keep it, and I'm going to keep those colours along the bottom as well, so it's going to be quite monochromatic. Quite monochromatic and smoky. That's what we're going to do. Might bring you in a little bit closer to my eyeballs. Can you see us okay? Yes, you can see us okay. It's as much as you need to see us. Okay, so this first brush I'm going to go in with. What does that say? Ew, what? I think that's a 4. Ew, 4. Not too sure. This is what it looks like. It's a very defined pencil, pointy, stabby thing. I used this before in the first look, which I'll have put in a picture up to show. If not, here it is. I used this to like kind of really be precise about where I was laying the dark in the front of the eye. So I'm going to do the same thing but in the outer ends. Now this is, I'm not going to lie, a very, very brave look to be doing on camera, but we're going to give it a good red hot crack anyway. I'm going to start with this eye. Is this the eye that I normally start with? Yes it is. Okay, so that's kind of the shape that I'm going for. It's a bit messy, but we'll roll with it. Just got to try and get it the same on this eye now. Okay, so this is kind of what we're working with. It's really hard when you don't have the same kind of symmetrical eyes. Yeah, so I don't have a symmetrical eye. But that's okay. We're just gonna, you know, do what we can here. I think that's probably as good as I'm gonna get it at this point. Yeah, I reckon so. So now I'm going to use the EO2, which is this brush here, and I'm going to pick up that Suave, which was that dark, like navy colour. It looks dangerous, to be honest, and I'm just going to start buffing that here, in between the little V shape that I've made on the outside. So I'm using the shape of the brush, like the domed edges, to try and blend this blue into that black. There's not too much of a difference in the dips and the tones, so you can't really see much of a contrast between the two. We did just need something to bridge the gap between the black and that lighter blue. I think mixing them two together probably would have muddied, whereas this blue might be just that nice little gradient that we need to go between the two. Just using this same brush, I'm going to go back into that black, and I'm just going to apply a bit more so there's more of a smoky blend. Staying away from the edge because we want to try and keep that as neat as possible. I'm just cleaning off that brush, and I'm going to pick up a little bit of that Suave, which is the blue again, and just re-intensify that here. Okay, now I'm going to pick up the EO3, which is shaped like this, and go into that Elegant, which is that lovely blue. Is it periwinkle? I think it's a bit too muted for periwinkle. And I'm going to lay that in the front part of the eye, front of the lid. I don't want to go too close. I feel like that will really make my eyes look very small and close together. So I'm going to try and keep it quite contained, not go too close to the bridge of my nose, you know? There. Now I was thinking going underneath the eyes, but at this point I'm like, do I dare? Because it's quite intense. Maybe we'll just go in with whatever's left on this brush. I did dust it off, so we'll just go to the outer corner and just lightly there's still heaps of pigment left on this. Just run it from the outer corner and inwards. This is definitely one of those looks that I should have done my eye makeup before I did my face makeup. But you know, we live and we learn. I'm going to use this brush and whatever's left on it and just run that underneath. I'm not going to take it as far up to the front. I'm just keeping it in the outer. Just make it very smoky. Dip it a touch more. Okay, I think we're done for the dark shadows. So I definitely want to put some shimmer on. So I'm thinking, I don't know what I'm thinking. What am I thinking? I'm thinking that we maybe keep the shimmer here and kind of keep this matte. I don't know. No, what we're going to do is we're actually going to take some of this grace, which is the dark one. I didn't show you this, but I will now. It's this like black sparkly metallic, and we're going to use that in the outer just a bit, and then come in to use this blue here, and then we end in the inner corner with this, and then possibly a little bit of this one along the bottom of the lash line. That's what we're going to do. That's what we're going to do. I am just going to use my finger. I'm not going to use any glitter glue. No, well, I'm going to use some glitter glue. I am. Okay, so just going on my finger, I'm going to pick up some of that grace. This is how it's looking on the finger, and we're just going to dot that here on the outer part. I'm not going to take it all the way up. I want to leave the edge defined at this stage. I could change my mind. Maybe just start dancing it slightly out. It doesn't have any glitter glue out there, so it'll only lay down just slightly. Maybe that's nice. Do the same on this side. Yeah, so I've just dabbed it, so it's just kind of taken the sparkle to the edge, but it's not opaque. Then I'm going to pick up this Exquisite. This is what it looks like on the finger. That is actually a lot lighter than I anticipated it, but we're okay. Ooh, wow. Okay, so I'm just going to meld the two between. I'm not going to use everything that was on that finger because, as you can see, it doesn't need it. I'm just going to move the other finger with the black sparkle over the front. Disperse that around. That is extremely pretty. Extremely. Wow. I love that. Can you see that? That is unbelievable. It's shifting from purple to blue. It's lovely. This grace one is a little bit more grittier. Just trying to make it a bit seamless. That is absolutely incredible. I love that. Okay, so I am going to take this little brush. This is the E05. It's a little dinky thing. It's very cute. And I'm going to take that Expensive, which is a little bit more emollient. It picks up quite nicely. And I'm going to swoop this. I really don't want to overdo this. And I might just tap off. I'm going to swoop it through here like that. Just nice and gently. Just adds a little something extra there. So what I am going to do is I'm going to take some of this Refined, it's called. So it's just like this whitey kind of colour. And I'm going to put that on the inner corner, like so. Does that work? I need to decide what to do on this bottom. So I think what I'll probably do is use some of this Classy, which was that one in the top left corner, this one. It's got like a purpley shift to it. Is it shifting to green? No, I think it's a pink to purple. So I think I'm going to run this And maybe this is what we'll do. I'm going to run this and a bit of this along the bottom. Hit the bottom front. That's what I'll do. Oh, that was a good little combination. I like that a lot. And then, because why not, let's use this delicate, which is this super sparkly, and I'm just going to put that on my little pinky finger, and that is going to go on the inner corner, because why the hell not. I am going to take just this brush here, which is the E07. It's a fluffy brush, just small, and I am just going to swish and swoosh that up there and just get rid of any loose bits of glitter and move it around just to disperse the sparkle a little bit. Okay, I absolutely love this, I do. I'm dying to get mascara on. So what I'm going to do is just quickly, I'm going to pick a highlighter. I'm going to just use this Effortless, because this is the only one that we haven't used from this row. And I'm going to use this as a highlighter, so it's picked up really nice on that brush. I am just going to dust it off. Then stroke that around here. Okay, I'm going to go and put some mascara on, something on my lips, and I'll be back. Okay, I'm back. I've finished up. I love this look. Sorry, I better tell you what I've done with my lips. Use Lisa Eldridge Velvet Midnight. I forget how lovely this is. It's like a very dark, rich eggplant colour. I really, really like it. And then I put in my waterline Victoria Beckham's, I want to say it's called Midnight or Navy Liner, and yeah, I am extremely satisfied with this look. So I'm going to send you over to look 2 with the Nearly Natural palette. See you in a minute. Psych, it's me again. I just needed to show you this. Look at it. It's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. Anyway, bye. Okay, round 2. I'm dying of hay fever today. I'm very sniffly. So if you're going to be listening to me sniffling all the way through this video, I do apologise. I'm going to try not to. I've got a cracking headache right over this eye as well. So we're just going to get straight into it today. So I really want to do, I want to try and use these. These actually terrify me because they're very cool. Well, this one's slightly warmer leaning, the other one is cooler, but it's very pale. I just don't know how it's going to look on me. I'm going to give it a crack, but I am going to combine it with this one, which was the Muted Mocha. If I can open it, that one. So I am going to try and combine them together, so I think that'll help. We're going to try with this one. Let's give it a go, shall we? See, it's quite light, but it might work. We'll see. Yeah, it's sweet, it's good, I like it. It is exactly what it says, soft. Because I am an absolute blush fiend. This is obviously not going to be my first choice, but I don't mind that. Not at all. There's a dog barking, can you hear it? Because I can. Yeah, that's cute, I like it. I'm going to put a bit on my nose. This is not helping with the hay fever. A brush wiggling around my already very sensitive nose. It's kind of got like pins and needles in it, you know? Okay, so we'll go in. I'm going to do the powder one first, just towards a little bit to the back of the cheek. God, they're hard to get into. I'm scared in case I gouge my fingers into it. This has got a bit of a sheen, this one. Has it? Or am I just imagining it? It looks like it's got a bit of a, like a highlight in it. So it's a bit glowy. That's nice. I mean, has it completely taken away from that pink? I think it possibly has. But that's okay. I am going to take the cream bit on a more dense brush. That's actually a bit more muted. It's actually in the it's in the name, isn't it? Muted Mocha. So I can still see a little bit of that pink coming through. But yeah, I think I would have to pair it with something just a bit darker. But no, I like that. That's really nice. Lovely, lovely. Okay, I've already primed my eyes, so this is what my plan is for today. I really want to immediately jump into these really dark tones down the bottom here. That's what I immediately want to do, because obviously that's just my vibe, smoked eyes and all that. But I'm going to try and stick with these softer ones at the top. Really push myself out of my comfort zone. So I'm going to use Untouched, Serene and Barely There. If I need to, I will use Disrobe to darken up the corner. And then I'm thinking we kind of go with Unveiled, Nearly Neutral, and then probably one of these two on the inner corner. I think that's what I want to do. So I'm going to use, this is my standard eyeshadow placement as well. This is what I do when I just don't really want to have to think about it. I'm going to use this brush, which is the EO1, which is a fluffy brush. Where are you? Get into focus. Why are you not focusing? Focus. So I'm going to use the EO1, which is this fluffy brush, and I'm going to go into that Untouched. So I'll just tap it off, and I'm going to place that just through the crease. Using Freddy today. I should probably get a more aesthetically pleasing mirror, but I love the horror collections from Glaminatrix, and I have a lot of the mirrors. I'm going to turn and do it from this angle so you can actually see, because all I'm doing is just blocking the light there. It's so stupid, and you can't even see that eye. God, I'm dumb sometimes. Do you want to come in a bit closer? There we go. See, it's just a nice kind of wash of colour. So because we're going for quite a neutral look today, I've got a neutral top on, and I've got, these are the only kind of earrings I have that are kind of neutral. But they're koalas, and Glaminatrix is Australian, and I live in Australia, if you didn't know that already. Somebody's pulled out a power tool as well, if you can hear that. There's nothing I can do about it. Sunday is not the day of rest in this suburb. Everyone has to turn on everything that makes loud noises. And they normally do it like earlier on in the morning, and then normally at around like that sweet spot at 5 o'clock when the sun's just going down. That's when they normally do it, and it pisses me off. But anyway, it's just me being old. I'm turning 40 in 2 weeks' time. I'm very much okay with that. I'm not having any sort of midlife crisis, although I thought I was a couple of months ago, questioning, you know, what I've done with my life and should I have achieved more, etc, etc. But I'm actually coping okay at the moment, so that's good. Okay, so I like where we're at with that. So I'm going to take, so I'm now going to take the EO2, which is this kind of brush, just a little bit more densely packed, still fluffy, and I'm going to take the colour Serene, and I'm just going to run that through the remainder of the crease, a little bit lower and on the lid. Just jumping back to that first brush and that first colour, I am just going to bring it a little bit onto the outer corner on the lid. But I definitely think I'm going to have to use that Disrobe the Dark Brown to darken the lid up, because this is not dark enough for me. Not smoky enough. Actually, you know what? I actually quite like that. Maybe I'll just stay away from the darks. Maybe I'll just try and be like light and ethereal and, you know, more whimsical. We'll try that. I'm now going to take the EO3, which was this brush here, and I'm going to go into Barely There, which is just this beige colour, and put that over the remainder of the lid. To be honest, that's very much similar to my actual skin tone, so it's not really doing anything, just smoothing it out really. Right, let's get into some shimmers. I am going to put some glitter glue on, just a tad, so we can get these sparkles to pop. So I'm going to pick up Nearly Natural, it's called, named after the palette itself, and this is what it looks like. I'm just going to put that in the outer part of the eye. Can you see that? That's very pretty. It's got like a rosy base. It's nice. And next up I'm going to take Unveiled, which is this pinky colour. It's very nice. And put that at the front. Something's happened to the settings on this camera and they've changed the focus and it's really pissing us off. So I'm just going to take this fluffy brush, which is the AE07, and I'm just going to sweep that across the top just to kind of move it around so it kind of isn't, there's no harsh edges, is what I'm trying to say. Lovely. Okay. I am now going to take a little bit of, I'm going to go with Naked Eye. So it was that really sparkly one in the top left corner. And I'm just going to dot that on the inner corner. And I'm going to take this brush, which is the EO5, which is this like tiny little pencil. Well, it's not. It's like a squared off pencil brush. Don't know what it is. And I'm just going to take it and swoop that up in the front part of the eye. Okay, nice. I like that a lot. I do feel like I want to have a little bit more dimension. I'm thinking that I'd use Raw, which is this one here. I'm thinking that I use that a little bit, and potentially a little bit of this naturally, just to darken the corner up. That's what I think I'm going to do. I can't help it. I cannot help myself. This is just what I do. So I'm going to use that Raw, that naturally first, just a tiny bit of it, and just darken this corner up. Yeah, that's better. That's much better. And then yes, I'm going to take some of that Raw, which is like this. It's kind of more like a metallic. And I'm just going to press that in the other corner. Taking more of that Nearly Natural, just putting that back over the top. And just making sure we've got a nice blend of those shimmers, and taking that really fluffy brush, the EO7, and just... Alright, bottom lash line. I'm going to do pretty much exactly the same thing again. I'm going to take on the EO8, which is this angled brush. I'm going to take the darkest colour I've used, that naturally. Just press it up against the lower lash line. And I'm just going to go back through the brushes. So I'm going to start with the EO2. Smoke that out. No additional product. And then the EO1, the big fluffy one. I think I've got enough glitz, so I might just take this pencil brush, which is the EO8. And I'm just going to take some of that Untouched, which was that first tone that I used, which was the medium, and just bring that forward in the front part of the lower lash line. There, I like it a lot. Okay, I think that's me done. I'm going to go and put some mascara on. I'm going to use a brown mascara, I think, just to kind of keep it softer. And then I'm going to use a Glaminatrix lip, the one and only only one Glaminatrix lip that I own, and I'll be back. Okay, I'm back. I've finished up the look. So for the lips, I used the Glaminatrix Cosmetics. This is their, I don't know what this is called. It's just one of the lipsticks, and it's called Modest. So it's like this colour. It is quite nice. It's quite nice. Can you say that? No. And I used House Labs pencil in the shade Rule, but I also dabbed a bit of this in the middle, in the centre, and just smoothed it around, so I thought it looked really good. And I used this, I don't know what this is, what is it? Beauty Creations Gel Pastel pencil in the shade Sprinkle Me in the Waterline. So this is the finished look. I'm going to zoom it in so you can just see the sparkle a little bit. So it's really, really pretty, and I love this lip. I'm really, really happy with it. We made it to the end of the video without me snotting everywhere, which is always a bonus. A massive thank you to Glaminatrix for sending these products my way. I will treasure them with my whole heart for the rest of eternity. If you like this video, and more importantly like me, you should think about giving this video a like. But if you love me and you'd like to see me again, you should think about subscribing. That would be totally cool. Thanks for watching. Bye!